Alright, how you guys doing? I just shared some pictures of this tobacco guitar, or cigar box guitar, whatever you want to call it, that I built. Took me about 3 days, but I thought I would talk about it a little bit and maybe play you a tune or two so you can see what it sounds like. But basically I found a forum online where a bunch of guys make these in their spare time, and I thought it would be something cool to do while I have time off for Christmas. So I took a slab of oak for the neck, and I carved it out basically with a chisel like this, and that was actually the longest part of the process. It took me about a whole day to get it just how I like it, so that it felt comfortable in my hand. But I guess the idea of this particular design is that everything you could pick up in just one trip to a hardware store, and that's what I did. I just used some basic home hardware supplies for the tuning pegs. Didn't actually use like real guitar tuning pegs, and the frets here are actually just finishing nails that I sanded down so that they'd be comfortable and not stick into me. And I wood burned my inlays with my wood burner. I'm happy with those, how those turned out. That might be my favorite part of the whole thing. But yeah, and then I got the tobacco box, or the cigar box, at a tobacco shop downtown, and it's made of cedar, so it's got a nice smell, and it sounds really good, surprisingly. It has a cool sound. But a lot of the plans, the designs that I saw other guys doing online, they'll just cut like a circular hole in one of these, and I thought it would be cool to do F-holes. I just like how they look a little better, and that was the other part that took quite a while. It took about a whole other day to get these right. I just drilled holes along an outline, and then I took my file here and filed out those F-holes. So it took me quite a while, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then I just put a couple layers of varnish on it and strung it up, and this is how it turned out, and I'm pretty happy with it. So anyways, this is the tobacco guitar, and I'll play you a couple tunes on it. It has a very Eastern sound. It sounds, when you use a pick on it, it sounds almost like a sitar, something kind of Chinese or Indian, which I like a lot. So anyways, so this is what it sounds like with a pick. So you can kind of see what I mean by it sounding kind of Eastern. I like it a lot. I like how it sounds. That wasn't necessarily my intention. I wasn't really sure how it would sound when I built it, but another thing, it was probably the most difficult part of building this was getting the intonation right with the frets, because the measurements for these have to be dead on, and I've never fretted an instrument before, so it was a learning experience, and I didn't get it perfect, so you can tell like it's not quite dead in tune, and there's not really much I can do. Even with the tuning pegs, I can't get it quite right, but I actually like it. I like how it sounds with it being just slightly out of tune. I don't know, it kind of seems fitting for this being just a poor man's guitar, basically. It kind of has a nice, I don't know, it adds a nice touch to it, if you will. And then, so that's how it sounds with a pick. But a lot of guys use a slide, and this isn't an actual slide. This is like a piece off a light bulb, but I like it. I like how it fits on my fingers. This is what I use as a slide. This is, a lot of guys play it just like this. So like, this is the Breaking Bad theme for any of you fans out there. So that's how it sounds with a slide. It sounds really good with a slide. So anyways, this is the tobacco tar. I'll just give you a closer look at it. This right here was like writing on the back of the box. Talked about how you should recycle boxes. And so I left that on there. I thought about sanding it off, and I started to, but I kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of ironic because I did recycle the box. I turned it into a guitar. So I might build more of these. If any of you are interested, you can send me a message and I'll build you one. I don't know, I'd sell it to you pretty cheap. But yeah, so I'll probably start building more of these. My goal is to build an actual guitar eventually. That's what I want to get into. So I thought this would be a nice segue into that. Just to dip my toes a little bit, especially fretting and like neck stuff. Because that's really, I obviously didn't build the box, which is what I would be doing on a real guitar, but I really wanted to get a feel for carving a neck and getting the intonation and the fretting right. So yeah, this is my Cigar Box guitar, and cool. Happy New Year.